Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003. Welcome back to my loyal subscribers. It's wonderful to be in your energies again. I hope you're all safe and well. And welcome to all of those people who are finding the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel for the very first time. For those, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Through my full-time Angel Healing House healing practice for almost 20 years, I'm a Reiki Master Teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world, either here in my Santa Monica office or online. I am a clairvoyant, I'm a channel, I'm an intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and I do past life clearings and ancestral healings. I'm a tarot card reader, and I also am the author of several #1 Amazon International best-selling books. To find out more about my services and also my award-winning books, please do go to the Angel Healing House website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can always phone 831-277-3716, and that's, do remember, that's Pacific Standard Time. Now, I want to send out a big thank you to all those people who donated to my PayPal account for my free weekly content. If you received some clarity, direction, perhaps some healing, motivation, inspiration, enlightenment, or even entertainment through my free content and would like to donate to my PayPal account, I've left the link in the description box down below. Now, as we do here every week on Time with Angel Ariel, to restore hope, inspiration, and peace, my angelic family and I, and the posse of angels and I, share a story, and this one is entitled The Butterfly. A man found a cocoon of a butterfly and saw a small opening appear. He sat for a very long time and he watched the butterfly as it struggled to force its body through that tiny little hole. Then it seemed to stop making any progress and appeared as if it had gotten as far as it could, not being able to get any further. So the man decided to help the butterfly by taking a pair of scissors and snipped off the remaining bit of the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, but it had a swollen body and small shriveled wings. The man continued to watch the butterfly because he expected that at any moment the wings would enlarge and expand to be able to support the body, which he assumed would get smaller in time. But neither of these things happened. In fact, the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a swollen body and shriveled wings, as it was never able to fly. What the man in his kindness and haste did not understand was that the restricting cocoon and the struggle required for the butterfly to get through that tiny opening were God's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings, so that it would be ready for flight once it achieved its freedom from the cocoon. You know, everyone, sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. If allowed to go through our lives without any obstacles, it would actually cripple us. We could never fly. Our struggles give us stronger wings. You know, it's strange to think that in many instances we are who we are because of the challenges and the irritations that have tested us. In this regard, the forming of a person's character is similar to the evolution of a pearl within an oyster. A pearl is actually the product of pain. You see, the oyster lies in its bed at the bottom of the ocean, and many times it's invaded by a tiny, tiny parasite which succeeds in getting into the very heart of the oyster. To combat this parasite or this irritation, the oyster sends all of its healing resources to the site of the wound to bring about healing. In the process, the scar or healed wound then becomes a pearl. Where there are no wounded oysters, there are no pearls. Now, the posse of angels suggests that during this first Mercury retrograde of 2022, which, by the way, began on January 14th and will start to go forward on February 3rd, they're suggesting to take a long, hard look to see how the challenges of the past 2 years of 2020 and 2021, look at them to see what invaluable lessons that it taught us. Now, the posse of angels is equating the great awakening over the past 2 years to reveal the darkness and the dark agenda on this planet with contracting an illness within the body. The disease that we physically co-create within the body causes us to be debilitated, weakened, and experience pain as all the body's natural restorative resources are focused on healing the body. But after the body has been through the healing crisis, much like we were traumatized over the last 2 years, it creates a natural immunity to that particular disease so that we can learn from those physical symptoms, perhaps to conduct our lives differently to support our optimum health and our well-being. Over the past 2 years, it taught many of us not to take our health for granted and to be more vigilant when it came to do the different things and do different ways of fortifying and strengthening our immune systems. Many of my clients have become vigilant about reading ingredients to see if it contained any Food and Drug Administration's approved poisons and toxins like artificial coloring, flavoring, chemicals, preservatives, and additives. Just because it's approved by a so-called authority, it may be for greed and profit, and not for our health. For instance, like the pushing of addictive opioids. It also taught many people what was truly important to them, their connection, their love for their family and friends. It taught many of us to be discerning, to think for ourselves rather than blindly giving our freedoms away and allowing ourselves to be dictated to by self-elected authorities that again cared more for greed and profit than they did for promoting health through things like preventative measures to improve our immune systems. Now, one of the greatest things that we can do, not only as individuals and as a collective at this monumental time of healing and transformation in Earth's history, is to take responsibility for our part in creating this healing crisis over the past 2 years. And we can do this by blessing it, by being grateful for being chosen to be here as a participant in the great awakening of light on planet Earth. For it is this love, and it is this blessing for all that has come to pass that is creating infinite waves of light for us to experience life in the higher dimensions as a multidimensional contributor of light to the universe, no longer contributing energies of fear, of worry, anger, sadness, bitterness, resentment, regret, judgment, separation, blame, shame, defensiveness, and criticism. Having allowed our vibrational frequency to elevate and to soar into the higher dimensions, we are now able to connect with our galactic interstellar family, and they have been just waiting for us to raise our consciousness, to be welcomed into our star family once again. This first Mercury retrograde could not come at a better time for us to slow down and review, restore, and recharge our lives so that we can really give ourselves credit for weathering and surviving the tremendous storms of the past 2 years. This poem, The Mighty Oak by Johnny Ray Ryder Jr., helps us to understand the importance of what we have gone through these past 2 years. And it goes like this. A mighty wind blew night and day. It stole the oak tree's leaves away, then snapped its boughs and pulled its bark until the naked oak was stark. But still the oak tree held its ground, while other trees fell all around. The weary wind gave up and spoke. How can you still be standing, oak? The oak tree said, I know that you can break each branch of mine in two, carry each leaf away, shake my limbs and make me sway. But I have roots stretched in the earth, growing stronger since my birth. You'll never touch them, for you see, they are the deepest part of me. Until today, I wasn't sure of just how much I could endure. But now I've found, with thanks to you, I'm stronger than I ever knew. The posse of angels and I wish for you to remember, as we allow ourselves to restore and recharge, particularly over this slowing down time of this Mercury retrograde, the first one of 2022, that we are stronger than any challenges we may encounter or the disappointments in our lives. And to finish off today's time with Angel Ariel, to restore hope and inspiration and peace, I went to these beautiful cards, the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And this card popped out. It's a number 11, which is a master number. And look at the beauty of that card. It's called Skyfire. Messages, channels, and information. And this one says, with this card comes a brand new guide, new information. And the posse of angels are saying this past weekend, we had a tremendous influx of new light that we integrated along with today's revealing Cancer full moon, that huge light. This could perhaps, with his messages, channels, and information, this could perhaps mean that many of us will get a new literal spirit guide coming into our lives. Or it could mean that we are going to be open now to some information to tell us what to do during this great time of change on the planet going into 2022. The information that Spirit will share with us is to be trusted as long as it's nourishing, clear, profound, wholesome, and is always positive. It will soon arrive for us. And what better time for it to come in than during a Mercury retrograde, when a lot of our projects are at a standstill, our businesses come to a halt, things slow down in our lives, and that means we are more open and receptive and less busy so that we can be able to see, hear, and perceive these messages. Spirit is saying that we have our part to play in this world, and this part can lead to beauty and new abilities. and then putting them to use in the world of being of service to God's source, for not only the greatest service of ourselves, but for the greatest good of all concerned. And it's saying for us to listen, to watch, to wonder, for there now comes to us the messages of Spirit. They could be given to you in a number of ways: songs, in the lyrics to songs, license plates, or they could be written in the sky. These messages are us telling us on how we can take action forward to walk the new earth. And many of these messages are going to come over this time of Mercury retrograde. So when it starts to move forward towards mid-February and certainly towards the end of February, we will then know how to take that action forward. It's interesting, the clouds that they're showing me here, because yesterday I was on my walk by the ocean and I was saying in my mind to Spirit, show me a sign of things to come. And right then, right in front of me, right in front of my eyes, there was a dragonfly that just hovered right in front of my face. From maybe a good 15 seconds, he was just there. And I know dragonflies are about change and transformation. They could be about illusion as well, to be under the illusion that nothing is happening when there is so much that is transpiring for us to be able to not for us not to be able to see with our physical eyes, but it's happening in the etheric realm. And then I looked up, and the second sign they gave me was as clear as day. There in the clouds was a dog's face, and dogs are all about trusting. And I just giggled. It was so clear, this dog's face. I wish I had taken a photo of it. This dog's face that appeared. And the dog is about trusting and having faith that not only everything will work out, but everything in this present moment is as it should be. So let's go to our Making Magic cards and see what comes out. I hope everyone's well, especially those people on the East Coast. I have family over there. Freezing temperatures, so I'm told, in Silver Spring, Maryland. Those clients in Ohio that experienced lots of snow, many inches in New York. Please do make sure you take lots of vitamin C and lots of vitamin D3 and zinc and quercetin. And if you feel any sniffles or things like that, do take oregano oil. And make sure you're well hydrated. Lots of lemon water to detoxify your system. And I take colloidal silver if I feel anything coming on, but I don't because I take those preventative measures to improve my immune system. So let's go here. This card that just popped out was manifesting money and income. Now that's always a great one to get. Build up your abundance. Your abundance inside is knowing that everything is in divine order. You're always where you're meant to be. Abundance is your nature. And that everything is working out for the greatest good of yourself and the greatest good of all concerned. And that number 555 is drawing its attention to me because things will change drastically after this Mercury retrograde. Let's do another one. Come on, Posse of Angels, give me another one just to finish off this lovely reading today. Look, this one is Star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. There we go. Things are shining. Shining. If you can't see it yet, it is shining on the etheric realm to the fulfillment of your dreams and wishes. Remember to take your expectation and attachment off of how it needs to come in. Beautiful. Now, on my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show, I told everybody the difference between serendipity and serendipitous. They do sound the same, but serendipity is when there are related events that magically come together and then they bring about a wish fulfilled or a longing in a heart that longs to come true, something miraculous. And serendipitous, which sounds the same, but a serendipitous thing is unrelated events coming together that bring together a magical, miraculous event. So 2 beautiful ones there, and let's go for the third one to come out. Come on. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Come on. Whoop. And that one just popped out. And that one is transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic frequency and your enlightenment. And didn't I say that's what just happened this weekend? So we got an extra boost of light. I felt as if I was humming even more than possible. I'm usually humming all the time and not just that kind of, but humming with extra light that came in this weekend. So there's just an extra boost that we have here. And they want me to look under the deck. And I said, okay. Here we go, on target. And I just said, everything is all right. And everything is in divine order. Thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you, for playing your part in this grand theater of the new earth being revealed on planet Earth. Thank you for agreeing to come back and contracting to be here at this time, because you hold a special, integral puzzle piece of the planet to bring your talents and your gifts and your abilities and to share them with the world. I'm wishing everyone love and, as always, angel blessings. Do go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Do join me this coming Thursday, as we've done every Thursday. We're now in our 11th year, the Posse of Angels and I, on Angel Healing House blog talk radio show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, in which for the first half an hour we speak about something relevant that brings direction, peace, clarity, hope, and motivation, inspiration, all those wonderful things to people. And then the last half an hour we give free mini angel readings. So do call in, try to get on. The show's become very popular. There are lots of people calling in, but I'd love for you to be one of those people to call in for one of those free mini angel readings. So take care, everyone. Have an absolutely glorious couple of days, and I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.